here he is, the UFC middleweight king, the Reaper, Robert Whittaker, back-to-back wins over Yoel Romero. Hard to quantify, though, how difficult those 50 minutes against Yoel Romero were and what type of toll it might take on Whittaker here moving forward.
Yes, but after the Romero fight, there was a lot of time in between fights for Whittaker, which allows you to recover. Because you hear the stories about the guys that say they fight Yoel. No one's like him, no one feels like him, but Robert Whittaker was able to manage that over the course of two very, very difficult fights. And he was able to do that because of the fantastic cardio, the great wrestling mentality, and also the unbelievable striking and the ability to stare down the barrel of a loaded shotgun in Yoel Romero's left hand and feel safe. That allowed Robert Whittaker to keep his belt in both of those instances.
And we knew from his debut in 2012 that he would be something special. He has certainly been every bit that. Well, there's always a special feeling when Khamzat Chimaev makes the walk, whether at welterweight or at middleweight. This man has proven to be a real problem and really has lived up to all the hype and then some, dating to his 2020 UFC debut.
It's so hard for you to meet expectation, much less exceed it.
Right.
Khamzat Chimaev has exceeded the expectations set for him when he made his UFC debut. He has been nothing short of a buzzsaw, just going through guys at a rate that not anyone could have expected. What a fantastic fighter we get to watch every time we see Khamzat in the octagon.
And of course, many people harken back to the Gilbert Burns fight in 2022, the consensus fight of that year in which Chimaev was challenged and still rose to the occasion. We'll see how he fares tonight. Khamzat Chimaev has graced the octagon. He's ready to go. Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. We send it inside the octagon. The veteran voice is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Robert the Reaper Whittaker. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Khamzat Chimaev.
Herb Dean, third party in the octagon tonight. All right, Khamzat Chimaev is back as this round gets underway. Undefeated fighter who has officially taken this sport by storm. His fight against Gilbert Burns back in UFC 273 probably is going to end up in the Hall of Fame. But Khamzat didn't want to talk about that this week at all. He wants a quick night at the office. He wants to get a finish and actually said he believes it's going to materialize on the feet and not the ground. We shall see. Chimaev's in half guard now. Oh, big combination of ground and pound strikes here, DC. This could be the beginning of the end.
I mean, you got to be very careful when you take these big ground and pound strikes. You need a controlled posture on the bottom, and if you're the top guy, the guy that's looking to finish, continue to gain posture and rain down big strikes on your opponent.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Whittaker. Side control. Another ground and pound strike lands. Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Robert Whittaker.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have 2 hands in or 2 hands out, or guys start to attack triangle.
Nice punch there by Khamzat Chimaev. Block that punch. All right, so again, he shoots for a takedown. He has certainly tried to wrestle offensively tonight, but that attempt did not work.
We knew we'd see a commitment to trying to secure those takedowns. We did not anticipate him having to take this many attempts. How long until he gets discouraged?
Stuffs the takedown, no problem.
Nice punch to the head. He's got to throw that kick behind those punches.
Oh, and he lands again. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? All right, they separate. Now we'll see who can get off in space. Chimaev gets hit by that leg kick. Huge strike right there. I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot that he landed. Great job. Oh, nice headlock. Oh my goodness, I think he might have it.
Oh, come on, I'd be tapping. That's gotta be it. Oh, he's able to get out.
Well, good job. It looked like he was going to tap with his left hand, but instead, he bridged off to the right, then turned back into him to release some of the pressure on the Von Flue choke. Beautiful defense.
Chimaev's got him in a crucifix now, gonna go to work from the top. Well, he's worked very hard on this part of his game, and these ground strikes are really starting to take their toll. And there it is, another strike gets through on the ground. Well, that swelling, folks, is not from sodium. That is from a serious ground and pound attack from his opponent. Chimaev's got him in a crucifix, gonna work from the top now.
That was a slick transition.
All right, so he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. If you're the top fighter in this situation, what are you trying to do offensively?
I'm trying to force some sort of action from my opponent. You want him to turn to his knees to either give you the guillotine choke or allow you to try to chase the back. It's a tough position to control in, but there are options for finishes and are options for positional advancements if you're patient.
Lands the ground and pound strike. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. Seconds left. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Chimaev ground and pound from half guard. He is making these shots count. 5 minutes in the books.
All right, take a seat, bud. Great round. Listen to me. Breathe. Deep breath into that nose, out to that mouth. All right, perfect round. I need you to go out there and do...
All right, let's look back at some of the action, DC. Your good friend Mark Coleman, the godfather of the ground and pound, would be proud.
He'd be very proud. He'd be very proud with the way that he showed his ability to use his ground and pound. He didn't waste any action. He did everything he needed to do. He was able to posture. He was able to control wrist. He did everything perfectly in his approach in that ground and pound sequence.
All right, round 2. All right, next round is underway. We will see if he can pick up where he left off, particularly when it comes to the ground and pound. That was vicious.
I mean, it was vicious. It was vicious. It was shades of Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Michael Johnson. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor. Just able to get to a great posture, control the feet, and land every single strike with vicious intent. It's hard to do that without losing your opponent. This young man has mastered. He has mastered ground and pound fight.
Good, solid strike on the ground. Whittaker gets up, he is back on the feet. Looked like he was in a submissive state on the ground, but he worked hard there to get back to the feet. Nice. Nicely done. So a combination of knees here in the clinch. They all landed to the body there. Nice work by Khamzat Chimaev.
Barely missed on an uppercut right here with the inside.
Leg kick lands, nicely done. Good is this takedown defense tonight? Pretty good attempt offensively, but once again, the sprawl is there.
Well, the wrestler's doing a good job of setting up his takedowns. He just can't finish. This guy's really good, man, and we knew this would be an even fight, but you are seeing the more well-rounded guy getting the job done tonight. They're so evenly matched. They're going to attack.
Stuff the takedown, no problem. Just over 3 minutes to go in round 2. Yeah, left hook found its target. Big right hook coming, it's blocked. Well, he was a little bit lackluster in round 1. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket. Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. Patented front kick there by Robert Whittaker. Oh, clean hook there. Well, you know about the offense, but how about the defense? Overhand blocked by Whittaker. Going orthodox now, and a nice job at least staying upright on that. Oh, great striking from Robert Whittaker as usual. This man puts some serious pressure on you. And when you can beat Yoel Romero the way he did, he is not going to be intimidated by any other 185-pounder in the world. And there it is again, targeting that swelling. Why would you not, right? You doled out all this damage. Might as well go right back to it.
Well, especially if your opponent is not going to move his head. He's still trying to go out on his shield. He's so stubborn in trying to prove that he's tough. It's really costing him right now.
Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these big shots. Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. He continues to land a high volume of strikes on his opponent at will.
Well, I mean, John, the guy can fight everywhere. And he can fight everywhere. He's in a dominant position. Look at him attacking the wrist.
Oh, he's got the Kimura position locked in now. Oh, looked pretty tight, but he gives up on the submission. Well, on paper, it looked like a grappling advantage for him coming in, and largely, DC, that's the way it's played out. The takedowns, the ground control, he's got it all going.
He's got it all going, J.A. This is a dream for him. The takedown early, the ground control, really starting to wear at the gas tank of his opponent.
Posture's up now. Oh, and delivers. Huge punch to the head there.
This is where he wants to be. Nice transition. All these actions, though, these big actions got to wear on the gas tank of both guys.
30 seconds to go in round 2.
Getting them out here.
20 seconds to go round 2. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Whittaker's eye does not look real good right now. It actually is starting to swell shut, so that will be something that bears watching as this fight continues.
Great submission defense.
All right, round 3 coming up next. Heading back to the corner now after a competitive round. And Whittaker's eye starting to look pretty bad. He absorbed a lot of damage over those 5 minutes. We'll see if the cut man can do anything about that. All right, so back to the stools we go. They say defense wins championships, and he has not defended well tonight.
He isn't trying, or at least it doesn't seem like he's trying. He has got to move his head. He's trying to react when the punch is already coming, and that's not working. If he takes many more of these shots, this fight is going to be stopped due to the swelling.
Ready to fight? Ready.
3rd round underway.
Nice, solid punch lands. Great block there.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, he continues to connect on a high volume of strikes. And a good sign, too, doesn't seem to be slowing down whatsoever. That's a nice jab by him there. Nice front kick. Takedown defense holds up. Fighters separate from the clinch. Throwing that jab, no good. All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to add up.
Yeah, a lot of strikes to the body and mixing up the attack, not being one-dimensional, not headhunting inside the octagon. I think he has fought beautifully right now, and it's starting to show itself.
Nicely done as he lands a kick to the leg.
He does everything so well, and he's so calm. He's so calm in the face of such a big spot.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. All right, referee's going to step in here. That eye is essentially shut, and if the doctor is brought in, and he's walking up those stairs right now, this very well could be the end of the fight.
It just happened very fast. It looked like it was a little swelling. He did a few more shots and bam, it just blew up. He's really bad off right now.
I think they're going to stop this fight. I stand corrected. Doctor's going to allow them to continue, but he's going to have to go for it, I would think.
Yeah, he will. He's going to have to make some adjustments. And also, he's going to have to lay it all out on the line. He cannot stay back and get picked apart as he has to this point.
Just over 3 minutes to go in round 3. All right, so it has been punches and strikes in bunches tonight. His opponent is wearing it, and when you see swelling like that, maybe a facial fracture or something.
Well, it seems as though something's hurt bad here. The last time I saw somebody get this one, I remember watching Joanna Jędrzejczyk's head, looking at the just size blow up. You know that damage is getting done, and every time he hits him on these spots.
Huge shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up attempt. His kill shot is what they call it to go and end the fight. He's looking for the finish now.
Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth, but the submission defense wins this transition.
Well, he has expended a lot of energy going for these submissions tonight. I'm not sure his opponent is actually submittable.
No, it doesn't seem like it, because every time he goes for a submission, he gets close, or at least he expects to get close. But his opponent is so on his game that he's not giving him much to work with. This has been a beautiful display of grappling offensively, but also defensively. Nice.
Whittaker's back in full mount. Chimaev's nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent. Under 90 seconds to go. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Man, how fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound.
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter that's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud. All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Well, I think I can smell the blood at this point in time. That canvas didn't look like that a few fights ago. Blood is flowing from that cut with every passing strike.
Every strike. And it burns. John, it burns so bad. When you get cut like that, every time a shot lands, it just burns. So this guy needs to try to find a way to not take and limit the damage he's taking to this cut. Easier said than done, though.
All right, so he gets back to his feet after that extended battle on the ground, and the crowd is loving it.
The crowd's going crazy because they appreciate high-level mixed martial arts, and that's exactly what you just got.
Final seconds here. His opponent's compromised, DC.
It's one thing to land a hard shot. It's another thing completely to land a perfect shot. And that was a perfect shot.
Remember the one I closed?
All right, round is over. And Whittaker's eye has looked a whole lot better, DC. We'll see what the cut man can do to sort of stem the tide with the swelling. But if he's not able to get it to come down, that eye could swell shut. Well, if you're the replay guy, a lot to like in that previous round. A lot of damage being inflicted.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the swelling now, John. He wasn't doing what he needed to do to move his head, and he's paying for it. You cannot allow for an elite-level mixed martial artist to connect at that rate and think that you will not be wearing the damage. He's wearing it now. I'm interested to see what changes he makes to give himself an opportunity. Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Nice block.
Oh, well-timed and placed overhand by Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh, he did a great job of rotating him into an underhook.
Champ, look at that redness underneath his elbow. A lot of those strikes to the body starting to pile up.
Getting beat up and being smart enough to not be headhunting the entire time. I like this. I like this approach.
Takedown defense is there. Nice jab out. Oh, continuing to attack the head as that diving punch lands. Dean steps in.
Holy smokes!
How about it? Make the bad man stop. A nice stoppage win for him here tonight, and the other side just couldn't handle the incoming assault. A flurry of punches, most of them upstairs. And when those big shots land repeatedly, the referee has no choice but to step in and call the fight.
Using a lot of good movement.
All right, here's Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 15 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by TKO, Robert the Reaper Whittaker!
Well, he was Australia's first UFC champion, and Robert Whittaker may just be getting going, folks. He has been an absolute force of destruction since moving back up to middleweight, and it is going to take, in all likelihood, a huge effort to knock this guy off of his current streak. A huge win for Bob Whittaker tonight.